Hey you guys, welcome back to the YouTube channel. Just doing a short little character study today. I've always had an affinity for fantasy art. This really isn't fantasy art, it's kind of a caricature of some characters from the Harry Potter series. Of course, I'm drawing Harry right now, and Hagrid to the right. But I'm using my standard tools for this particular exercise. My color erase pencil. This time I'm working a little bit on heavier vellum paper, some Bristol boards. So, I'm roughing in the pencils. I'm kind of getting the sketch. You can see my kneaded eraser right there, and made a couple mistakes. And again, whenever you're in this exploration stage, I'm not really interested in getting exact exact details. I'm just kind of roughing things in and fixing things. You see, I just kind of did his face over a little bit. I wasn't really satisfied with the way his face was coming out. Didn't like how big his eyes were, so I kind of shrunk his eyes a little bit. Didn't like the expression. At the end of the day, there comes a point in the drawing where you kind of have to go through that whole process of exploration, elimination to kind of land on the spot where you need to be. And I finally decided, I'm like, hey, you know what? This thing's taking a little bit longer than I really would have liked. So I broke out my pen and I started, roughing in the pen and doing that. Been really busy lately with a lot of projects. Got a lot of freelance work, which is really good. It's always great to have work. No complaints there. Great opportunities and doors opening all over the place. That's really cool. A lot of people have asked why I do things traditionally. And, since I worked in the illustration field for, illustration graphic design field for, close to 16 years. And I've always kind of switched back and forth and from traditional to digital, because I work in a digital environment, Cintiq environment. And now I just feel this particular time in my life, I like doing things traditionally. It's therapeutic. Whenever I work professionally, I typically work on a larger 21 UX Cintiq. And I do everything digitally, and I have a huge myriad of brushes that I utilize. But whenever I do these particular videos, a lot of times I just like to go traditional. And it just has to do with the feel of the paper and just the enjoyment. And I encourage you, as guys and gals that learn and are learning, to really delve deep into the different mediums and to really expose yourself to the different types of tools that are out there to create art. Whether it be the digital, whether it be traditional, whether it be painting, whatever, just really experiment and get in there and feel these, how the materials work, because it's going to really help you as you delve into the digital world, because it really helps to understand how watercolor works, how markers work, how all these things work in the real world. And it really lends itself, how you layer color pencil, how you can't really, it depends on the type of paper whenever it comes to color pencil, what type of paint works the best, what kind of brushes, in oil paint and acrylics and everything like that. So I encourage you, if you're learning, even if you have to go and you set yourself up a schedule and, this week I'm going to work in color pencil, this week I'm going to work traditionally, this week, I'm going to work digitally. I'm going to try out some new brushes and maybe I'm going to try a new program. I've been really enjoying Sketchbook Pro, and it's something that, as an artist that's been in the field for a while, really, we get kind of set in our ways. And I really encourage you, especially some of you older artists, if you're watching my channel, to really delve deep into the learning process and really start kind of reopening those avenues for learning. And it's a fantastic and therapeutic way to round out who you are as an artist, and I encourage you to do that. You see right now I kind of did this in stages because I've been so busy, I didn't really have time to sit down and commit a full 35-40 minutes or even an hour into this, so I had to do it in stages. That's why you kind of see a couple jump cuts here and there. But eventually I got to a point where I kept wanting to add stuff and add stuff and add stuff, and eventually I said, you know what, I just need to wrap this up. So that's where I am right now. Put in a simple background, kind of show exactly what I can from the story I can pull from. I didn't want to get too deep and I didn't want to go too elaborate. So I just I brought one of the scenes in from the movie, the spider scene. So anyway, Thank you guys again for liking and subscribing, and share if you can. And if you look below into the description, you see some of the links for my portfolio, for some other stuff, and I encourage you to click on those and have a look around. And we'll see you next time. Thanks again. Bye-bye.